What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday, ended up with the winner at the Mystics plus 6.5. Sonya Citron was rolled out, line went the other way. Didn't matter. Mystics went outright. So that seems to happen when I bet these Mystics games. It's always somebody rolled out. Somehow, at least lately, they've been still getting it done. So thankful for that. Um, so that's what 13-3. I think 13-3 run for me, something like that. Vino, hopefully you had continued success yesterday as well.
All right, so my day wasn't as good, Ski, because I had over in the Seattle Phoenix game, which honestly at halftime I thought was a no-brainer, but 26 points in the fourth quarter combined. Terrible out of those two teams. Left me about nine shy. And I also, like I left here, the Dallas over on the Dallas. So it was an 0-2, drops it to 17-6. When you said 13-3, I was trying to add it up. That's 30-9. I don't know. Quick math tells me that's 70%. So good, good, good. The winner that I did have last night didn't come from the W. It came from Canadian Football League, where we're 10-4 to start the year. So good on both ends. We'll see if we can get to something here today. I will say very quickly that, man, I looked at it, tomorrow looks better than today, but we're going to give you the best we can today. Somebody wasn't happy with us in the comments section yesterday, so try to do my best here.
I didn't get to see the comment section. But we got two games to talk about here for today. We'll see if we can find some money there. We'll start at the top with Minnesota and New York. Opened up -2. I don't know. I feel like I saw New York as the favorite before the Commissioner's Cup game was played. But who knows when they're using the opening numbers for this? Maybe it's the whatever it came out to after the Commissioner's Cup game. But this screen says it open -2 for the links, and I'm looking at 2 or 2.5. Total open 173.5. We'll call it 174 right now. For the links, UHA's is game time decision. Still no fee for New York. Side 2 is out. Liberty coming off that Commissioner's Cup win. I just always, I don't know. I question if you get the best defensive effort from them in this game. Um, it was interesting also. They were able to score, but I felt like outside of Sabrina hitting a couple shots, I don't think anybody else was really hitting too many outside shots. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to play too much defense. I don't. I mean, the Lynx are a great defensive team, but I still think the Liberty can probably score at home here. Um, eh, I don't know. I think the over is kind of calling my name here. And as far as a side, I'm a big believer in backing Shell Reeve with extra time to prepare. So I will be looking towards links or over. How do you see it, Vino?
I think for me, Ski, I like side better than anything. Just um, simplistically jumping on the Minnesota train as a road team. As a road team this year, they're 8-1-1 against the spread. They go on the road, they just cover 6-1 as a favorite on the road, and 6-0 as a favorite between 1 and 5.5 points. So that's my SDQL for the day, Ski, right there. All these ATS technical trends that just point to Minnesota being able to cover as a road favorite. Certainly, I always go back to the WNBA finals of a couple of years ago. Ski, I always think that Minnesota, yeah, New York kind of wears a bullseye on their chest when Minnesota comes in. You know, they always want to beat them after that series that year where they thought they got robbed. Most recent game was a Liberty win, 85-75. But I'm kind of with you in the fact that the shooting for the Liberty, the perimeter shooting, it just hasn't been there this year. It's very, very inconsistent. And especially, Brianna Stewart basically has given up shooting threes because she can't make a three anymore. Sabrina's been, since she got back from injury, hasn't been the best 3-point shooting. You depend kind of on Phoebish and others to make those threes. But one point that you made about Minnesota being a really good defensive team, number one in the league by defensive metrics. That backcourt, when I watched them against Dallas last Saturday, I think it was, if they want to smother another opposing backcourt that's really good, like when you have Paige Beckers and company, it's really good. They get after it. Olivia Miles gets after it. Courtney Williams gets after it. And I just wonder about New York's ball handling here in this game. Minnesota wants to play at pace, so I could understand you're pointing towards total. It's hard to make any, for me at least, it's hard to make any judgment out of what happened the other night because Asia Wilson didn't play. They won the Commissioner's Cup, yeah, but without Asia, you're supposed to win and you're supposed to cover. So I think Link's side here, Skee, makes the most sense to me.
One thing I didn't mention, it kind of came to my mind while you were speaking. The Liberty, I mean, they do have some size in this game. And yeah, they, Minnesota maybe can smother the guards, but what can they do on the inside? John Cole Jones been rebounding the ball good lately, at least. I don't know. We'll see. This should be a very good game to watch for sure. I do think there's some money to be made on that game. We'll move over to Sky and Aces, a game that we saw not too long ago. Opened up minus 10.5. It's come down 7 or 7.5 is what we're looking at. Total open 182.5, and I'm looking at 181.5. Dejanay still out for Chicago. For the Aces, we have Asia, game time decision. Janiyah Barker and Dana Evans still not ready to go for the Aces either. I mean, this, we know it comes and goes. It's up and down for this Aces team. When they start getting embarrassed, they start wanting to play some defense. They are coming off of a loss. When you don't have Asia, though, it kind of takes away some of that, rim protection and some of that defense. For as much as she gives you on offense, they really do need her on the defensive end. So I don't know. I would be very interested. I would want to see her status really before I'm betting this game either way. But I'd like to think Aces can score on Chicago, regardless if she plays or not. And Chicago has been playing a lot more up tempo. Offense has looked a lot better lately. Sloot looking okay as well over there for Chicago. Sydney Taylor, coming into her own. I can't argue. As high as the total is, I think it is high for good reason. I think it's still an over game. Thoughts from you?
Well, like you say, we just saw it a couple of days ago, about maybe less than a week ago. Asia did play in that game, 206 points scored. Yeah, Chicago's off the charts with their full game results. Last four, 191, 179, 218, 206. That 206, the game against Las Vegas, Ski, Camila Cardoza and Azare had huge games. 48 points combined, 24 each. Even with Asia in the game, they scored really well. And for the Las Vegas side, Asia had 30 and Jackie Wilson had 28. So that 1-2 punch, if Asia doesn't play, doesn't exist here. It would lead me to believe that, Stevens and Cardoso can have big games again, especially if Asia's not in the paint. And to what you said, they just don't stop anybody. I mean, Las Vegas has a game under their belt now without Asia Wilson. It was against a way better team in the New York Liberty. And with a couple more days off, if she doesn't go tonight, I would have to believe. You talked about Cheryl Reed putting together a game plan in the previous game. I would think that Becky could put together some kind of game plan against this team. It potentially leads to more speed. But just like I said the other day when they played the Liberty, it's hard when you come down and Asia is the person when you need a bucket that you're looking for and she's not there. Somebody else has to get those buckets. One more time, Kennedy Carter was good the other day with 18 points. She's going to be good against this defenseless team as well. I like the addition of Sydney Taylor. Putting her in the lineup has been great for Chicago as far as scoring is concerned. So I don't know, Ski. I kind of lean toward the over in this game just because I think it'll be up and down. Asia Wilson, you made the point. Without her, they're less defensive. The Aces are. So I think their ticket here, they just saw that they could outscore them in a high-scoring game. I feel like they believe they could do it again at home this time.
And Kennedy Carter did used to play for the Sky. I forget exactly what happened because there's been some drama with her at a couple different stops, but maybe she still, has a chip on her shoulder and wants to go out there and give it to the Sky. Wouldn't be mad at looking at her points. And Jackie's been amazing lately too. So I'm not mad if you want to continue to look at her either. A lot of different ways to look at tonight's action. Um, so we will wrap it up. Let's go ahead and go a couple promos and the good old faithful Skee plus Veno, 2 for 1, 3 days, all access, only $69. Um, Veno, help me out with that math. Was it 30 and 9?
30 and 9. Yeah, 70%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can do much better than that. So if you want to check both of us out, this is a good way to do it. If you say, hold on, wait a minute, Veno's carrying Skee. I don't want Skee. I want Veno. You can buy 3, get 3 free 6 days for the $69. So a couple different ways to get involved, no matter which way you'd like to do it. Veno, is there anything else you'd like to promote? And if you have a best bet, we love to hear it. If you don't, it's okay.
If you want to get a little longer than the 6 days for 3, there's a 4th of July special going on now at wagertalk.com where you can get 7 days for the price of 3. So you can add one to it.
Oh, nice.
It's temporary. I don't know when it runs out, but I know that it exists right now. So you can get 7 for the price of 3 is my point if you get the 4th of July special from Wager Talk. It'll help. With me, at least, it helps because I have football on the weekends. We won last night, as I mentioned, in the CFL. So if you want to go that route, you can go that route. But I don't think there's anything better than we're not in WNBA jerseys in this promo, but there's nothing better than that combined promo. I won't get bullied here, Skee. I don't have anything. I didn't have anything for clients. My strongest lean, I think, out of all of this is probably toward the Aces and Chicago getting over the total, but I haven't bet that game yet. So I won't leave anything for today. Tomorrow, I like it a lot. So we're going to get tomorrow's plays up when we're done with the show here so you can get an early start on those.
All right, I haven't bet anything yet either. And you guys know how I am. If you've watched the show, at least you know how I am. I don't like to give you guys things I haven't bet. I mean, I could come out here and just tell you guys anything, just here's a pick, here's a pick, here's a pick, But I don't like to do that. So I'm probably gonna get to the window. I just want to check a couple more boxes. So if you want to check it out, you guys know where to find us, wagertalk.com. I'll have it up there as soon as I bet it. But yeah, good luck everybody on all your action this weekend. We'll be back again on Monday and we will catch you all then.